What counts as pretty? Well, that's a good question. By S.J. Batterman. That's me. You know, I wrote this in the dead of quarantine in July of 2020. 27 poems, all about recovering from my eating disorders. You know, today, this year actually marks the 10th of me being in active recovery from my eating disorders. Thank you. You know, one thing that I learned while writing this book is that I could celebrate the empowerment in the not empowering moments. Like, even when it comes to doing something I love, like baking. Like, because that's when my perfectionism really likes to make a mess. You know, in one of my favorite Broadway shows, the opening line of the very first song is sugar, butter, flour. And that's how I like to start my mornings. I am wide awake by 4 a.m. I am armed with my stand mixer, ready for action. I'm ready for my adventure, but my Mordor is chocolate chip cookies. You know, sometimes life will throw shit at you, and it takes 5 tries to get a good loaf of bread. And sometimes good days happen, and the cheesecake turns out wonderfully. And you will feel accomplished, ready to move on to the next recipe. I want the cookies I make to do good things. I want the cookies I make to be packed to the brim with unconditional love. I want the cookies I make to feed the world, to give people a vacation from their sadness. I want the cookies I make to be a best friend to the mind, body, and soul. That's why overmixing is like a dagger to my perfectionism. That is why underdone bread makes me feel like an inch tall. That is why melted butter is worse than softened butter. I want the cookies I make to be more perfect than I could ever hope to be. This activity gives me a gift that I will never let go of. You know, call it what we will, but baking helps my heart focus. I'm proud of you.